Hey everybody, how we doing? John Anthony, Chairshot Sports, a Sport Coin affiliate. Welcome to Week 12. Welcome to Drivin to the Bank. I'm your man, John Anthony, the $1 Million Man. All your money stays and plays with this guy. Guys, we have had an amazing season thus far. We're heading into the home stretch. I've said it before. I cannot believe how fast the football season goes by. For as much as we all yearn and want it all year round, all summer, then finally, once the first week of kickoff comes, next thing you know, we're looking at a Super Bowl matchup. It's crazy to me. So before I get into the picks for this week to put down, make you guys a little bit of money, I just want to talk about what we've done so far this season. It's really something to really take a look at and kind of just clap our hands, pat ourselves on the back a little bit. So far out of 11 weeks, we're at 111 wins and 54 losses for picks. Out of the entirety of that, that's 165 games. We've picked 111 winners. Guys, we're running at a 67% picking of the winners percentage. If you're riding with us, you're making some money. Again, we don't do this. We don't do this. We don't do the lines. We don't do the spreads, any of that stuff. It's straight up winners, losers. If you're taking our advice, you're listening to some of our picks, you're making yourself some money. And not to mention, if you're riding with us every week on the Underdog Parlay, exclusively bet on the DraftKings Sportsbook, we've hit twice. So 2 out of 11, right? We've missed 9 times. That sucks. But the stakes are high in the Underdog Parlay. We hit week 4 for $2,489, and we hit 2 weeks ago for $1,969. That's a total of $4,458. Guys, if you've only spent the $25 every week, you've spent $275, but you've made almost $4,500. You're playing with house money at this point. You've gotten the money back that you put in for the first 10 weeks. And now you got money for the rest of the year to play. And you got money in your pocket. You put in your account, pay some bills. The holidays are coming. Help you pay off some Thanksgiving dinners and also some Christmas gifts as well for the kids and for the loved ones. So with that being said, I just want to talk about that a little bit. Let you guys know, we come out here every week. Yeah, we had a couple rough records in the beginning of the year, a 7-9. But most of the time, last week when we 10-4 again, we're very consistently picking at least double-digit winners on a weekly basis. So I just want you guys to know that listening to what we're talking about, we know the stats, we know the players, we know what's going on in the games, and there is a science behind it, and especially with the Underdog Parlay, you keep rolling with that the rest of the year. We hit. What did I say? It was week 4. We hit in week 10, so we're due to hit in the back half, right? One more is coming, at least one, maybe 2. So with that being said, let me talk about this week's matchups. This week was tough as far as picking underdog winners because a lot of the games this week look a little one-sided. Let's talk about that a little bit. So to kick off tonight, on Thursday night on Prime, we got the Steelers taking on the Browns. Right now, the Steelers are favored by 3.5. The Steelers are looking good. They're winning a lot of games. Oh, maybe their past couple games, kind of toward the ends of the games, holding guys off. Great win for Pittsburgh last week against the Baltimore Ravens. Definitely showed a lot of gumption, a lot of fortitude defensively as well to hold Lamar on their last drive and get that win, and also offensively getting the win, locking it in, getting the first down on their last drive and getting that dub. I gotta go with the line. I'm gonna take the Steelers. And with that said, again, let me tell everybody, all my picks here, the winners and losers are just that. We do straight up. We don't play the spread. We don't play anything like that. I give you that information. So if that's how you bet, if that's how you want to make your bets and parlays, more than happy. More power to you. But just so you have that info and you can carry that and do what you want with it. So I get the Steelers winning this here against the Browns. Then we have the 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers. Right now, the Packers are favored by 2, and I don't blame them. San Francisco just not getting it done the way they should in the regular season. Yes, they had the injury bug. Ayuk is out for the year. Purdy's also dealing with a hurt shoulder. CMC didn't come in until 2 weeks ago. And he looks good. Debo is definitely having an off year, and the defense-wise, Bosa is just not doing what he needs to do. They look flat. They look flat. You would think they won a Super Bowl having the Super Bowl hangover, but it's almost like it's worse now that they took the L and that pressure to get back and run it back to the big game in February. With that being said, right now, as last I heard, it's crazy snow right now in Green Bay, which this game is being played. I think the 49ers bounce back here. I think these guys, I think there's a rallying cry from Shanahan. I think these guys know, there's no turning back. There's no tomorrow. Right now, you're sitting at 10-10, third place in a division, who could possibly be fourth if you can't get it done against Green Bay, and quite possibly missing the playoffs altogether, not even having that chance to go on a run in January. So, but this week, love to see the Love Purdy matchup again. Hopefully, that's a rivalry that can build itself down the road. But I think the Niners get it done here. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, especially with the weather conditions the way they are. But I think the Niners eke it out, and they're going to get this win over in the frozen tundra of Green Bay. Next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New York Giants. I told you 3 weeks ago I'm never taking the Giants the rest of this year. It'd be hard-pressed. Maybe I think they already played the Panthers, so that's it. I really can't take New York in any game, any way, shape, or form. But especially against a team like the Bucs right now, Baker Mayfield is just continuing to be the dark horse for the MVP. Jared Goff is definitely making a claim right now to be right next to Derrick Henry and to Lamar Jackson, who look like guys who are going to go in as high favorites for the MVP at the end of the year. So I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting this, walking away. I know 6 is the line, but I think it's going to be a lot more than that personally. But I get the Bucs here taking the dub. The Chiefs taking on the Panthers. Your second highest, your highest line of the week at 10.5 against the Panthers. I took the Chiefs last week to beat the Bills. They sniped my underdog parlay. So thanks, Patty Mahomes. Appreciate you. I'm taking the Chiefs here. It's a no-brainer against the Panthers. I mean, the Chiefs obviously took an L. That is off their shoulders now. I think them going 16-1 is definitely something that could happen. With the way they've been playing, Mahomes is going to get better from how he's been playing the first half. So they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, especially as him and D-Hop definitely get more of a relationship together. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do down the stretch. But they got the Chiefs here in a no-brainer with a win. Cowboys taking on the Commanders. Right now, the Commanders have the second highest line at 10. I thought about maybe looking at the Cowboys as being a sneaky team, maybe getting the dub against the Commanders. Excuse me. But I just don't think he gets done. Jaden Daniels in his home stretch in the second half is going to get better as he goes, and I think he knows that. That team definitely is clicking offensively and defensively. So I got the Commanders here going along with the line, getting the dub. Pats taking on the Dolphins. Miami's a 7.5-point favorite. This, again, was a tough game to look at because the Pats and Dolphins always play each other tough. And Tua looks amazing ever since coming back from injury, from the concussion protocol. And the Pats just can't get it done. I mean, May looks good. He's going to be a great QB for that franchise moving forward. Just got to put some pieces around him. Just 4 weeks ago, the Pats had the number 1 pick, but then they had to go and win these games, and now they're looking at a top 10 pick. I think right now they're in the 8th spot. So we'll see what the rest of the season holds for New England. But with that being said, as far as this week goes, I have Miami Dolphins taking the dub in Miami against the New England Patriots. Titans taking on the Texans. Houston's favored by 7.5. I think that's a good line. As far as going straight up, I still think Houston's going to get this win against the Titans. Texans had a little bit of a couple weeks down there, and I think they know that. Lost a little bit of ground in the conference, getting that cushion what they need going into the playoffs, looking for winning the division. And I think this week the Texans get another W, taking it to the Titans, and go on and get very, very good going into the back half of the season. Detroit Lions taking on the Colts. Detroit's a 7-point favorite. This, again, we all know what the Lions did last week. We know what they did. We also know who they played. Let that be said. But the Colts didn't look bad either. All right, Richardson looks good now that he is now back as the quarterback. JT looking amazing. Jonathan Taylor fighting pay dirt, get some touchdowns. But then Jared Goff. It's just Jared Goff. I think is just really starting to rise with this stock, looking like an MVP candidate, high tier MVP candidate as we come to the end of the year. And I got to go with Detroit. I can't bet against the Lions, man. I think they're going to be there when all is said and done in the NFC Championship game. But yeah, I got the Lions taking this win. Vikings taking on the Bears. Right now, Minnesota is a 3.5-point favorite. Everyone that watches this and knows me knows I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I'm not a Bears fan. I think some of the wins that they get are kind of luck. And I think this week is not going to be one of those weeks because I don't think they're going to get that win. I think the Vikings are going to win there. Sam Darnold's going to show them what's up. I think Justin Jefferson has a good day there as well. So I got the Vikings here winning straight up against the Bears. Broncos taking on the Raiders. Guys, I literally have some of my best friends coming up to me that we talk football all the time that look at me and they go, dude, I believe. I've been telling everybody since week one, go back and watch the show. Go back and watch it. I'm telling you, Bo Nix is going to look like one of the best. I mean, after obviously Jaden Daniels, one of the best rookie quarterbacks to come out of 2024 draft. I'm telling you guys, it's awesome. He's going to do great, and he's only going to get better in the Mile High City. So I definitely have the Broncos going over the Raiders here. Cardinals taking on the Seahawks. Right now, Arizona's favored by 1, so I feel like by kickoff, it might just be a pick 'em. With that being said, the Seahawks getting the win against the Niners last week. The Seahawks are putting it together. I think it's a lot of confidence right now for Geno Smith and that team, offensively and defensively. They're getting a lot done as well. The Seahawks, I think, are getting hot. I think they're getting hot the right time when they need to. I'm not saying they have an easy schedule moving forward. The Cardinals aren't exactly a stepping stone, especially being an NFC West rival for them. So anytime those teams play, it's always going to be a shootout. But I think the Seahawks here, they get the edge and they get the win, walking away against the Arizona Cardinals. And again, the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Rams. Right now, Philly's favored by 3. I don't want to keep copying myself, but I got to say it. I think the Rams are in the same boat right now. I think a lot of the teams other than the San Francisco 49ers are getting hot in the NFC West, and they know that it's an opportunity to take when the Niners are down, not even close to sniffing the division title. They know it's up for grabs, and these teams know division records are going to be very, very, very costly in the coming weeks when it starts coming time to either name a division winner and when it comes to seeding in the playoffs. So I got the Rams here. I think the Rams get it, not necessarily by a lot, but they get that win. And show what they're definitely capable of moving. Obviously, with Puka playing awesome as well, they're a team to be reckoned with, and I think you're going to get it done this week against the Eagles. Last but not least, the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Chargers. Baltimore is a 3-point favorite. This is a tough game as well, man. Chargers aren't the best team out there, but they definitely stay around and they make it difficult as you go. But again, Baltimore are taking a tough L to Pittsburgh this past week. I think they're hungry, looking to get back on the schneid, get back on that horse and get some dubs. So I think Baltimore gets this walking away. So with that being said, those are our regular week picks. Those are who we think are be winning the games outright for this upcoming Sunday. Now let's talk about the Underdog Parlay. Now let me explain it if this is your first time watching. The Underdog Parlay is, yes, I'm picking losers to win, but there's an exact science behind it. There is no team that has more than a 7-point spread. So it's not like we're sitting here reaching. I'm saying the Cowboys are going to beat the Commanders with a 10-point spread. Yeah, you could probably win a lot of money, but it's not realistic. It's a long shot. It's not what we do here. Using the science, using the stats, using the teams and the games, looking at each individual game that we pick to where the underdog does win, where we want them to win. And again, we've won 2 already. Almost $5,000 won. I got the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Bears, and the Colts. Those are the 5 teams I have winning their games, even though right now they stand to be underdogs. For a simple $25 bet, which I've asked you guys all week to join me in doing. It's a couple packs of your favorite craft beer. It's a couple pizzas, right? Go down to the bar, grab a couple drinks. It's 1 beer tab. Listen, take that money. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook, where we bet exclusively every week, right? Put that money down. This week, these 5 teams, again, the Niners upsetting the Packers, the Seahawks upsetting the Cardinals, the Rams upsetting the Eagles, the Bears upsetting the Vikings. And that means a lot, seeing as I'm not a big Bears guy. But I feel like if there's going to be a game that's going to get upset, it's going to be a lot defensively, but also offensively. I think they get it done against the Vikings. And the Colts upsetting the Lions. For a simple $25 bet this week, if you join me on this ride, put some trust in your boy, John Anthony. The payout is $2,295.91. Guys, for a lot of people, that's rent. Again, the holidays are coming. You hit this, boom, you're all set. You take that, you go buy your favorite Christmas tree, you put it up Thanksgiving night while you're watching some football, and you go and you buy the presents for the littles or for your loved ones and the family members, and you're all taken care of. And boom, all in one shot. You still have some money you can put aside for the month of December to join me for the rest of the month of December in the Underdog Parlay. So, with that being said, one more time, the Underdog Parlay, we have the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Bears, and the Colts. So that's how we see it over here, man. So again, I appreciate you guys every week joining us, sharing this time, going over some winners, some losers, and just at the end of the day, we're all making some money. So guys, again, I'm John Anthony, the $1 Million Man. I appreciate you guys taking the time, hanging out. And with that being said, good luck and happy